Hi, my name is Tiffany, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a flower and gem essence. These can be made separately or to get combined together, and today we're going to combine them. You may ask, what is a flower or gem essence? And basically, just like all humans have, and all animals have a soul, it is thought to be that all flowers and gemstones included, and many other things, have spirit as well. And so the spirit can be transferred or infused into water from either the gem or the flower to get all the beautiful properties that the gems or the flowers have to offer. So today we're going to make a tiger's eye and a petunia flower essence. And so tiger's eye is the stone. The reason why I chose to make this one today is because I'm going to be job hunting, and I really want to have nice, soothing, calming right before like interview or talking to managers type of thing. And then the tiger's eye also stimulates action. The petunia is really soothing and peaceful. So together I think the two will work really well. So I'm excited to show you how to do this. There's a couple of things that we're going to need. One is a bowl. The next thing is distilled water. I recycled a little pickle jar here. This contains distilled water, and the reason why we use this is because distilled water is empty. So unlike tap water that has many contaminants or many things involved in it, and spring water even has minerals, so we want our water to be just completely empty, able to consume all of the properties that the flower and the gem have to offer. And so, to continue, we are going to have Everclear to preserve. Everclear, vodka, or distilled vinegar can all be used to preserve. I prefer to use the Everclear or the vodka, only because it preserves for a very long time. So, making a flower essence will have approximately double this amount here. And so the bottles that we'll use are going to be this size. So depending on how much you plan to use for the year or so, you'll want a nice preservative to preserve for a long time if you want to make a large amount. Smaller amounts, you can go with like a distilled vinegar and it'll last a couple of months. With the vodka or the Everclear, it'll last for years and years and years. So you don't really it really doesn't have an ending shelf life. We'll talk storage really quick. You'll want to store, once we're all finished, in a cool, dark place, out of the sun, out of the heat. That way it has a lengthy shelf life. All right. So, and then of course we don't want to forget about the gem or the flower. And so right behind me, as you can see, we have these beautiful petunias. And so my goal is to not actually pick the flower today and just to dip it into the water to get the qualities. So as much as you can do that, it is best. That way you're preserving the life. But if need be, and you need to trim the flower leaf, say if it's on a cactus, for example, then go ahead and do so. And then so here is my lovely specimen of the tiger's eye, which is really small, but it'll work really well. And so first things first, we are going to meditate with the stone. We will do the same thing with the flower. We'll become attuned with the flower and with the stone. And we will ask permission to use these wonderful qualities that the flower and the stone have to offer. And we'll ask for permission, and we'll ask for the properties to be helpful to everyone who ends up using it. When you do become attuned with flowers, it can be really interesting. There's qualities that you'll discover that you may not have ever read about or heard about, but maybe ones that you'll just discover from sitting with the plant. So we're just going to take a moment. And then I'm going to place the stone into the bowl.
Come on,
And then I'm going to add the water here. And generally, I'll meditate with the stone for 10 or 15 minutes, and then I will sit with the plant for anywhere between a half of an hour to an hour. Sometimes more, sometimes less, just depending on the connection that you're feeling with the plant. And so prior to recording this, I did meditate with the plant, and I became attuned with it, and I felt the very much soothing energies, and so I'm really excited. And so what I'm going to do now is show you the bowl here and how I'm going to manipulate to get the flower into the bowl itself. So if you can see here, there we go. Get a closer look. Oops, the flower just wants to pop out of there. Okay, there we go. And so the next thing is to sit and wait. And so this is the hard part. No, this is the long part. This will take 3 to 4 hours. Some people like to do overnight, which is fantastic. You basically I feel like you get some properties of the wonderful moon when you do that, infused as well. And the energy is just fantastic. But the sunlight is perfect as well. And so this will sit here for 3 to 4 hours, like I said. It's important once you're all done and you're pouring basically the flower essence into the mother vessel, and we'll call this the mother vessel here because then the solution will go back into the container. But it's important to express gratitude when you're doing this. And so I like to say thank you so much for giving your healing properties to us to be used and utilized for the best purposes. And so I'm just going to demonstrate that. How basically we would transfer over. You want to filter out any particles there. So this is about half. This is more folkloric, so measurements don't have to be exact, but this is just about half or so. And then I'm going to add in the Everclear. We are going to use you and make a great essence with you. And so then you put on the lid. We always want to make a label so that we know exactly what we're working with and what the date was that it was created. That way we know if it's safe to use or if we need to throw it out if it's gone past a year or two. And so then you put the label on. And this says Tiger's Eye and Petunia, and then it shows today's date. And what I like to do is transfer into these little bottles, that way I can travel with them and take them with me. And then basically what you want to do is, for use and direction, you can do this 3 to 4 times a day. You want to shake really well, and then you'll add basically the drops into the water. Less is more with the flower essences, so you can use 1 to 4 drops, and the effects, I say, are very, very lasting. Lasts all day. If you're feeling like you need more, then by all means, like I said, 1 to 4 times a day is perfect.
Crop. Get down. Slide.
It's fantastic.
Shoot. Help.
Thank you so much for tuning in with me and being a part of learning how to make flower and gem essences. I hope that you enjoyed your time. I know that I did. See you next time.
Come on.